How to teach high school chem. I just have a few ideas when it comes to atomic structure I wanted to share. A couple of reminders. No matter what you do, try it first. I know that you don't have a lot of time, but it's important to get comfortable with material before you're going to do it in front of kids. Use short YouTube video clips anytime that you need something that you decided that you want to back away from. For example, using Bunsen burners, and you can show them something on the that's already on the internet. Never ever have flammable liquids by open flames. A lot of demos that are out there, you can, again, view them on YouTube instead of doing them yourself. This has to do especially with methanol or even ethanol. Be very careful, or to be honest with you, I don't do them. You got to be really careful, and you just want to make sure safety is the number one consideration, always. All right, so with that, let's go over just a few suggestions. Use models for atoms, the protons, neutrons, and electrons inside of an atom. You can go to the dollar store and get beads. Maybe you go to the food store and get different types of beans, and they're going to represent protons, neutrons, or electrons, and have the students build atoms. When it comes to isotopes and when it comes to ions, do they really understand the definitions that you're giving them? One of my colleagues would use the plastic Easter eggs and put in there different nuts of different colors. Now, when I mean nuts and bolts. And so she had ones that were painted that represented protons, and then ones that were still silver that represented the neutrons. And she went ahead and put in same number of protons, different number of neutrons, and had the students take the mass of them, figure out the percentage out of 10, a group of 10, how many she had, and had them actually calculate an atomic mass. At least then we're trying to get the kids to relate that back to something they can't see. Of course, with ions, students have a tough time realizing when you have a positive ion, it's not that there's more protons, it's that electrons are gone. Use them, try them, get creative, give the materials to the students, have them maybe come up with models. You could do it that way as well. Anything that you do with this, I think, will help. It's low cost. It's materials you can use year in, year out. So this book on these activities, they are definitely inquiry-based. They're student-centered. You work with the students, but they have some really, really good models and analogies on paper that I think help the students understand some of the topics. And right now we're in atomic structure. They have ions, they have isotopes, they have excited versus ground state in there, they have average atomic mass. Really, really good stuff. The book is $65. Again, I think it's well worth it if you're going to stay and be teaching chemistry for a long time, if your school district won't pay for it. They even have an AP chemistry one, and they have it for biology. I'm not sure about physics. Here on the FlinnSci.com website, I have no affiliation with Flinn Science other than the school that I'm in. We've used them over the years. But they have a sample activity that you can try. You can download it and work through with your students. And if we just take a look very quickly at the format for this, here it is. How does light reveal the behavior of electrons in an atom? Gives them why, right, to focus them, and then they use these models. So the pictures and information that's given, then the students go ahead and they answer them, and you'll see that there's a key next to number 6. So that's a key question, and they're throughout the handout for students to answer. Usually I put the students in groups. This is for a group activity. And then when they have the stop, it might be something where you stop them and you at least go over the key questions. If you go through every question on the handout, it could take a while and you might not have that time, but you will see that the kids will interact with one another. I usually put them in groups of 3 or 4, and they'll work through the POGIL, and I do believe they get a better understanding of whatever topic you're on. Flame test lab, you need to use a Bunsen burner. Before you ever do the flame test lab, make sure you do a Bunsen burner lab first. Go over Bunsen burner basics, Bunsen burner safety. Again, Flinn Science has some handouts for free with these in mind. I would highly recommend that you distribute them to the students. In the picture, you see the nichrome wire loop being used. The problem with the nichrome loops is that the nichrome itself glows as it's heated, and it's like the wire is twisted. So there's a lot of contamination trying to go from one solution to another to get the different colors. Most suppliers do sell platinum wires, but they are ridiculously expensive. A platinum wire for a flame test lab will cost you over $50. The nichrome wire, like you see in the picture, is maybe $3-4. It depends. If you're not comfortable with using Bunsen burners with your students, then you can demonstrate it in front with them. You could use the videos if you have to. You could take a big class and just have groups of them work in the back so you can keep track of them easier. You could have them work in bigger groups. Whatever your comfort level is, that's what you want to do. Now, there are what's called rainbow glasses. Sometimes they're called 3D glasses, and they're cool because then the students can try to see at least light, even just pins of light, broken up into the rainbows. What I wanted to do is just point to you here in the bottom left. These are called holiday specs. And these diffraction glasses are cool because they'll have, when you're looking at the light, maybe snowmen or Santas on it. I'll put the link down below. You can get them on Amazon, and they're really, really cool. Models, POGILs, and the Flame Test Lab, all for atomic structure. I hope that you got something out of this. Consider subscribing. Any comments, leave them below. I'll try to get back to you if you have a question or a suggestion. In the meantime, have a great day. Again, thanks for watching.